Yeah, okay, well, since I had to go ahead and put my TwinAir in my can, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick video on how I did it, because it could be that somebody else is gonna want to have to do or gonna do this as well. So it might be nice to know. I just used my TwinAir for my Z-Force 800. It actually has a 2¼ inch base, but you can stretch it over some 2½ inch, the aluminum turbo pipe. That's why I had a little left over from the other intake project, so I just did that. And I'm training it right now to be over that. Now I've got an email out to TwinAir to see if they make this same filter in a 2½ inch base, but I haven't heard back from them on it yet. So I'll post an update on that when I get it. Okay, so basically when you buy these, it comes with all kinds of extra junk, clamps and whatnot, but it also comes with these little adapters to go from 2½ inch up to 3 inch. So what I found was if I cut the small end off of this and used it for a shim, I can install it in here. Okay, I cut me a piece of the same pipe, however long it needed to be to go from here, and more than enough for me to slide up into it and put the clamp on it. And I sanded the base, the inside of the base, just slightly to rough it up mostly, and used silicone RTV clear. I use electrical grade, but you can use about anything. Use it like a grease. Slide it on your pipe first, and then slide this all together, and then seal it top and bottom. And if you got a rubber adapter, it doesn't matter how far down you come with this, but just come to the end, and that's fine. And that's really about it. Just let it sit and make sure it sets up real well. It fits real tight, and if you have to flex this very much, be careful about flexing this cheap Chinese plastic, because it will want to crack. You can't tell it, but there's a little baby split right there. That's how I know. Okay, so anyway, that's just going to sit right on that clamp, or right on that tube, just like that, and slide right up inside the can, like that. Alright, so that's pretty simple. Now, I was just going to make this and just hold off and use the other filter for a little while, but I decided I was going to warm it up a little with the heat gun and see if I could soften the glue up, a little bit, to see if I could get it loose. And I didn't get but 8 inches away from it, and the filter went up in smoke. It just disappeared like a magician's vanishing tissue paper. And I even oiled this, so it actually took an extra split second to do it. I don't know if you can see, but I mean, now, I was 8 inches away from it. It just went poof. It was gone. And it is actually, I don't know if you can tell here, but it is actually just paper thin stuff. So it's not much of a filter anyway, and it was never going to be. Even oiled, it looks like it's closed some of the pores on it. So it's probably not a good idea to oil a dry type filter. It looks wrong. But since that was going to be no longer going to be a filter, I went ahead and pulled it out of there. I just finished warming it up, and it'll pull right out of that stuff. So that's that glue is not going to hurt anything. It's just going to stay there. But I warmed it up and just used a needle nose and just pulled it out of there. Just broke it off. I guess it kind of pulled out of there. So, and I'll use the other end anyway. They're identical. Okay. Yeah. So I will assemble this, and then I think this isn't the correct outerwears for this filter. It's for one of my other unifilters. But I think when I'm done installing this, on here, I'm going to go ahead and just drop it over it, and just to protect it for a little while. Alright, now filter's installed, and it'll flop down around that if I wanted to, or hold it up there like that. And it's probably, I'm just going to leave it like that because I can put the outerwears over the top of that pretty easy. Okay, and then just drop right in there just like that. There it is with the outerwears over it. Yeah, they make one that'll custom fit that. I'll get one that'll fit that cone filter a little closer. Just slide together. Okay. Actually, I decided not to use the outerwears pre-filter because it was cramming in around the edges too much, and I'm afraid that all the junk being, going to be collecting on the top of it would have finally restricted it from flowing through around the sides. So I've elected not to use it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and buy one that's custom made for this cone filter, so it fits the filter tighter, and not be all packed in around the sides. So, but for now I'm just going to run it like this. Okay.